We'll gather around, feel the love come down. Blue elephant is strong, together we belong. In every
Hey guys, welcome
common
back to my
ground,
channel. So I want to try something that I've never done before, and I want to make this skull with a floating, light up, glittery eye in its head. Thought it'd be a cool idea, but I don't want the front part of the skull to be necessarily see-throughy, so we're gonna see. Now, this ball just, and I mean just, fits inside the back of the skull. And this is the Let's Resin large new skull mold. And what I decided that I want to do is, since black and purple go so well together, I thought that we're going to use a combination of the Let's Resin new chrome powder in black, and then a little bit of the black holographic glitter from Let's Resin, and kind of put them both in there. Now, hindsight, I started with the black chrome powder, and then the very first thing I did was like the mouth and the teeth, and I thought, well, it would be kind of cool if for the teeth, eyes, nose socket, that it would have the holographic glitter in there, right? Just to kind of give it that much more. So I went in afterwards with the glitter. Now, I probably either should have used two separate brushes or cleaned off the brush in between using the glitter and the chrome powder, because I feel like the glitter kind of overtook it and the chrome powder didn't come out quite as dark as I wanted it to in those areas. But it's fine. We're just gonna kind of keep going with it and just see how it turns out. Now, I don't want the entire thing to be clear. So I did the entire front up into just past like where the jawline would be on the skull. And then because it kind of looked weird not having it go all the way around, I did a little bit around the bottom as well. Now, obviously, I've got glitter and the powder everywhere on the inside, and I don't want it in the area that I want it to be clear. So I took just a brush, a clean brush, and put some alcohol in it. And I started with a Q-tip, but it was like too short. I couldn't get my hand in there the whole way and it just wasn't working. So I found a paintbrush was kind of the way to go. Put it in there and kind of just swept it towards where the line is that I want the kind of glitter chrome powder to stop. But that being said, I did go in afterwards because it was leaving like a hard line that I didn't necessarily want. So after it kind of dried for a second, like all the alcohol dried, I just took my brush that I used for the powders and kind of just went in there and smoothed out that line just a little bit more. I mean, if there's a little bit of the glitter floating in that area where I have cleaned off, it's not going to be horrible. I but I do want it as clear as possible. Now, for this, because I want to be able to see the eyeball, and it's going to be really difficult because of how much space it takes up to do it in any different colors, we're going to have to go clear. So, I am not 100% because the last time that I used the holographic glitters and dusted them on, I did it with a black background. I don't know how much it's going to be see-through with clear resin behind it. Now, I did mix up about 4 ounces of Let's Resin's epoxy resin for this. And what I did was I poured in a little bit in the bottom, and then I just kind of took it and just move the resin to kind of coat the inside of the skull, because once I put this eyeball in, like I said, I don't have a lot of room for movement, right? Did spray the ball with alcohol, hoping that with it being wet with the alcohol, that will hopefully make it so that we don't have a lot of air bubbles trapped in there. And then I poured more resin on. Now, hindsight, if you're going to do something like this, first of all, that ball is fairly heavy, and I honestly did not think that it would float. Guys, it floated. Like, I don't even understand why. So I put all of the resin in there that I had mixed up, and then realized after I dumped it all in that it's floating and it keeps popping back up to the surface. So I put some stuff on it to try and weigh it down. It didn't weigh it down enough. So I've got the eyeball and it's like just at the top of the mold, which is really unfortunate. I'm gonna have to continue to fill it. I'm just mixing up some of the the black candy, eye candy Euro black mica powder again with a little bit of the Let's Resin holographic black glitter. I don't know if it's gonna do anything, but we're just gonna put it in there anyway. And we're gonna coat the bottom of this and put that layer of just black just to kind of finish it off so you can't see the inside of it from the bottom where it kind of looks just weird. Now, going back to the first pour of resin, I highly recommend, what I should have done is poured it maybe about halfway up the eye. Quite frankly, I don't need the entire ball to be shown. And what happened when I was trying to push the eyeball back down under the resin, it was rotating, right? Now, this particular ball, and I didn't necessarily pay attention before I bought it, which I probably should have, has a very prominent seam line. And it also, on either of the opposite ends, has like the fill line where they put the glitter and the liquid in there and whatever, like the little plug for it. So I had initially placed it to where it wasn't going to be as noticeable. Like, I still have a feeling that you're going to be able to see it, but it wasn't going to be as noticeable. However, in moving it around, when I was trying to shove it back down, it kept rotating. So I don't even know which way it's going to come out, which could ruin the entire thing, which is making me very sad. Filled up the mold the rest of the way. Hopefully it'll stay over top of that eye so that we won't see it. Now, I did have some resin left over, so I am just working on this frog that I kind of poured a clear layer in there to begin with, and I decided that I am going to mix up a little bit of the copper Let's Resin chrome powder along with the, I forget the exact name. It's the green, but it's kind of like an olivey type green. And we're going to make this frog. Put in a layer of clear first. Threw in some multicolored glass chunks because I think it'll look kind of pretty. Poured in all of the copper. And now I'm just going to take this last little bit of clear resin I have left over. And I'm going to put a little bit of that olive green chrome powder in there. Mix it up because really I want to see what this color looks like. I haven't used it yet. So I'm very curious. I really like the color green, so we'll see. And then we're going to pour it kind of like we did with the last two frogs that we did on the like haunted picture video that I did. Was it last video? The video before last. So we're just going to kind of focus on putting it into the feet and then going around the outer edge just to see what kind of, I don't know, effect that it gives us doing it that way. Is it going to pull it like it did with the black and the purple? Or am I going to lose it like I did with the black and the copper? I don't know. I don't think so because they contrast really, really well. So I think we'll be able to see both of them. I just don't know what effect that we're going to get. So we're going to fill this up with whatever resin is left. If I need to top it off later, I'll do that. We'll have to wait and see, right? So I'm going to just do this real quick. I am focusing on making sure that it is as much kind of in the feet and the legs as I can get it. Now, obviously, it's going to run down. It's fine. But I want to make sure that the toes kind of have that green in there. And they should pretty much stay at least the green in the toes. Now, where it kind of the mold goes down from the legs and stuff, I'm going to lose it because you can see I clearly don't have enough resin to completely fill up the mold. I have a little bit of space left, so it's not going to push all that green into the feet, but it's fine. It'll be fine. So this is the next day. Now this is the resin that I had left over from the last bit of the skull that we had to fill up. So it's the eye candy black with a little bit of the black holographic glitter in there from Let's Resin. And I'm just going to fill this up the rest of the way. I'm taking my scribe, pulling it into the toes. Yeah, the toes are pretty much full. Like the green didn't really drop down from them, but I do want to make sure that it's all going to be connected. So I am pulling just the tiniest bit up on there just so it's one cohesive piece. I did make sure to get under the neck of the frog for just to make sure that there's no bubbles that are, going to get trapped up under there, none of that. And then we're just going to let this cure and see how it turns out. Curious to see how it's going to look with the glass kind of in there. And since I didn't, let that cure and I poured the bronze in there, or not the bronze, the copper in there immediately, I'm hoping that you'll still be able to see it, but we'll find out here in just a moment. Okay, guys, are you ready? I'm ready. And here we go. So I think it turned out pretty cool. It's kind of weird, the color that you get in the middle of it. It almost has like this weird red tinge to it, which is kind of interesting. I do like it. I wish the glass would have been a little bit more in the middle as well, but I think it turned out pretty cool. So I am happy with that. At least I've got one piece out of here that turned out right, if this one doesn't. Now, to demold the skull, I am going to put just a tiny bit of alcohol in there just to kind of be able to squish it around and get it out easier so that I'm not struggling with it. And once you add, I'm not saying use alcohol. You can definitely use soapy water. I just have alcohol available, so that's what I use. It's actually not great for your molds, but it makes it a whole lot easier. You can see it just went flying out. All right, are you guys ready for this? Okay, here we go. So, first thoughts, I'm a little disappointed because of the way the ball moved, and you can clearly see that seam line right on the top. You can see that stupid filling plug thing. Like, I mean, that was supposed to be like on the bottom so that I could hide it. And of course, it's right where I don't want it to be. Now, once you kind of get past that, it is pretty cool. I like the way it lights up. Uh, the the holographic glitter is pretty transparent, so I definitely had more of that on there than I did the chrome powder, and you can see through, which is kind of neat in a way because you can get glimpses, like as you're looking from the front of it, you can get glimpses of the eyeball through there, and you definitely get that light shining through when you smack it and the light comes on and it's bouncing around. So it's okay. Now there are spots in me messing around with getting the ball to squish underneath the resin on that first pour where I completely messed up all of the powder on there and it came off in spots here and there, which is annoying. But it is what it is. We're going to fix it up, see if we can make this thing work. Now, I just took my Just Art acrylic markers and painted on the eyes on the frog. That's all I'm going to do to him. I think he's really cute, so I'm going to leave him be. Now, for the skull, I decided that I'm going to put black rhinestones. Now, these are the ones that you can get the flecks of color in them when when it hits the light, and I think that that will look nice, especially with the purples and the blues and stuff in there. It'll go with the overall color scheme of the piece. So we're going to put that in all of the sockets that he has, both eye sockets and his nose. And then we're going to go ahead and at the corners of his jawline, like where the back part of his mouth is, we're gonna put some rhinestones there too. Just cuz, why not? There's not much else I'm gonna do with him other than that because I cannot think of any way that I can cover all of the stuff that I feel needs to be covered without completely destroying the effect that I'm going for. So it kind of is what it is as far as the way that the ball kind of stayed in there. Now, what is cool about the face of him is because of the holographic glitter that's on there. It is really, you can't really tell from camera, but it is really picking up the purple in it. And as you look at it, you see the face, but it's almost like a chameleon shift the way that it looks, like where the eyes and just the different features of how it moves up and down on the skull, it you can see like the purple shift in there, and it looks really 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 cool. So I do like that a lot. I mean, it is what it is. It looks pretty cool all in all. Like, there are definitely things that I would do differently, but it's a learning experience, and I now know that even if it's a heavy ball, it will float in resin, and I know not to fill it up the whole entire way like I did. Anyway, I'm just going to finish this up. That's pretty much a wrap on this one, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will see you on Saturday in the next one. Love ya. Bye.
Elephant is strong. Together we belong. In every comment right, you lift me to new heights. Your support, it's clear, gives me reason to cheer. Blue Elephant Crew, this one's up for you. You make dreams come true. With everything you do, each subscriber's heart playing a vital part. Videos we share, showing how much we care. Likes and shares, they grow. You make the channel glow. Every single view, I owe it all to you. Blue Elephant Crew, this one's up for you. You make dreams come true. With everything you do. Each subscriber's heart playing a vital part. Videos we share, showing how much we care.